Remember when games felt like magic? When your only mission on a Saturday afternoon was to beat Bowser, find that missing Chaos Emerald, or finally make it to the end of Contra without losing all your lives. Back then, we didn't care about 4K graphics, day one patches, or microtransactions, we just wanted fun. Today, every release feels like a chore. You don't buy games anymore, you buy access to half a game and a promise that it'll be finished later. Older games weren't perfect, far from it, but they meant something. They were experiences built on challenge, creativity, and pure imagination. Remember when you bought a game, put the disc in, and just played it? No 100 gigabytes updates, no battle passes, no please connect to our servers. Just you, the controller, and the game. And today, that magic feels like it's slowly fading away. So let's talk about why older games were simply better than most of what we have now. Old school games had one job: be fun. They didn't need cinematic trailers or a 60 gigabyte install. You popped in a cartridge, hit start, and you were instantly in another world. No logins. Yahoo! No terms of service. Number 30-minute tutorial teaching you how to move your character. You died? You tried again. Simple as that. Back then, when a game shipped, it was done. Developers couldn't rely on day one patches or we'll fix it later mentality. Think about it: Halo 3, GTA San Andreas, Metal Gear Solid 3, Super Mario 64. Those weren't versions, they were finished products. Now, you open a new AAA title and immediately spend 40 minutes downloading patches. And if you lose internet? Congratulations, you can't even start the campaign. Old games were made to last. New games are made to update. Games like Super Mario Bros., Sonic the Hedgehog, Castlevania, or Mega Man didn't hold your hand, but they didn't waste your time either. They taught you through design, not dialogue boxes. And because they were simple, they were pure. Every jump mattered. Every level felt handcrafted. Every death felt like your fault, not some lag spike or half-baked mechanic. Compare that to now, where you have battle passes, unskippable cutscenes, and half a dozen currencies before you even press play. Modern games feel like chores disguised as entertainment. Old games? They were adventures. Old games, you survived them. One hit, and you were dead. 3 continues, and it was back to the title screen. And yet, that was the magic. The satisfaction of finally beating Ninja Gaiden or Battletoads after weeks of trying. That feeling can't be replicated by an autosave checkpoint or an easy mode. Difficulty in old games meant something. It taught patience, mastery, and resilience. When you beat a level, it wasn't just a screen saying mission complete. It was a victory you earned. Today, difficulty has been replaced by convenience. Games hand you checkpoints every 10 seconds. You don't learn patterns, you just respawn. You don't get better, you get bailed out. Older games respected your time by making you work for progress. Modern games respect your wallet. Let's be honest, older games didn't look realistic, but they played like a dream. Developers had to rely on creativity, not GPU power. Look at Shadow of the Colossus, Resident Evil 4, or Half-Life 2. They're old, but every frame is iconic because gameplay came first. Today, everything's about photorealism. But when every game looks the same, the art direction loses personality. You can't remember what most modern games feel like to play. But you can remember the exact sound when you pick up a coin in Mario 64 or reload in COD 4.
Reloading!
You can feel the difference between a game made by people who love games, and one made by a company that loves your credit card. Back then, games were made by small teams, people working out of garages, pouring heart and soul into every pixel. Developers like Shigeru Miyamoto, Yu Suzuki, and Hideo Kojima were artists, not product managers. You bought a game once, and that was it. No DLC. No microtransactions. No deluxe editions. You paid for a complete experience. Today, it's all about engagement metrics, retention rates, and monetization models. The problem is, when you design around money, you lose meaning. When you design around fun, you make memories. Older games may have been limited by hardware, but they were limitless in creativity. And that's something no graphics engine can replace. Older developers took risks. Every console generation brought new ideas, not just sequels. Remember when games experimented? Katamari Damacy, Okami, Silent Hill 2, Jet Set Radio. They were weird, bold, creative. Now the industry's too afraid to fail. If it's not a remake, reboot, or open-world service game, it's considered a risk. We've traded creativity for predictability. The older games didn't have the best graphics, but they had soul. Older games didn't hold your hand. You learned by failing, not by following a glowing trail. Ninja Gaiden, Contra, Dark Souls, Mega Man. These games demanded skill, patience, and mastery. Today, tutorials pause every 5 seconds to tell you how to jump. Instant checkpoints, auto-heal, accessibility options that make you wonder if you're even playing or just watching. Challenge made older games memorable. Beating them felt like an achievement, not a checklist. Remember renting games at Blockbuster? Or begging your parents to take you to Toys R Us just to stare at the game boxes under the glass? There was mystery, excitement, anticipation. You couldn't Google walkthroughs or watch a Let's Play. If you got stuck, you either figured it out or traded secrets on the playground like you were in some underground gaming cult. Hey, did you know there's a warp zone in Mario 3? Wait, you beat Bowser? No way. It wasn't about showing off your KD ratio online, it was about sharing stories face to face. Gaming back then wasn't about clout. It was about connection. Today, the community's massive, but somehow lonelier. We have online lobbies filled with strangers, but no real friend sitting next to us on the couch. We have hundreds of games in our library, but nothing we cherish. The more connected we became, the less personal it all feels. In the past, most games were built by small teams with big ideas. A few developers, artists, and dreamers making something unique. Now it's 400 people spread across 5 studios, building a product designed for quarterly revenue reports. The magic gets lost in the spreadsheets. Games used to feel personal. You could feel the passion in every detail, the Easter eggs, the hidden levels, the little secrets that weren't there for profit. Today, every design decision runs through a monetization meeting first. Back then, gaming was about sharing experiences, not flexing stats. You'd bring your console to a friend's house, pass the controller, laugh, rage, restart. Now, multiplayer means half your lobby's bots and the other half are toxic strangers. Older games built memories. Modern games build metrics. We lost that simple joy of discovery, replaced by constant dopamine loops and battle pass anxiety. Some people say, you only think old games were better because you were younger. But that's not true. The difference isn't just time, it's intent. Older games were built to entertain you. Modern games are built to keep you hooked. And that's why older games still stand the test of time. They were fun, finished, and fearless. Maybe progress isn't always forward. Maybe we've been patching the wrong things. Here's the truth, not all modern games are bad. There are masterpieces out there that capture that same spark, games like Celeste, Hollow Knight, or Tears of the Kingdom. But they stand out because they remind us of what gaming used to be: honest, focused, and full of heart. The soul of gaming isn't in graphics or frame rates. It's in the feeling you get when the music swells and you finally beat that boss after 100 tries. It's in the memories, the stories, and the friendships that started with a single controller passed around a living room. We didn't just play games back then. We lived them. This was Non-Sheep. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this kind of stuff interesting, please remember to leave a like. And subscribe for more gaming and entertainment news.